the NFL on EA Sports. And up next is Xavier Howard, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Dolphins and the Steelers on Sunday Night Primetime.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Trubisky going to look to throw right away. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running on first down with Gaskin. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. Finding Gaskin underneath. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From the 6. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 10 catches, 113 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
A first carry for Najee Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action. Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the turnover, it's Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Dolphins come into this one still undefeated despite the 1 tie. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Tua going to hand this to Gaskin. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They get this out wide to Gaskin. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky going to lead the Steelers back out there for their next possession. And his struggles, they're continuing. He had 3 interceptions in last week's ball game. 2 more already here before halftime as they take over with a first down. And his throw is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He finds his man Johnson. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out left to Shaheen. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Tua going to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 2nd down, this is Harris. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. Here's Trubisky. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Well, the #1 mission of being offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Tua. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And his throw here is incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. A run with Mostert up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Up the middle they go with Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Now Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Able to find Shaheen here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Quick completion here to Johnson. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school I.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua, throw left side, taken in by Hill. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Steelers. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. Tua over the middle. He's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Tua sets up to pass it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll swing this out wide to Gaskin. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Tua to throw again. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Tua going to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And that is incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Tua. He completes it to Wilson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Tua now on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd down, Gaskin. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That's timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson. To throw again on second down. Trubisky. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. From the gun, it's Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris, and he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. It's Hill, complete. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Up the middle, Gasket. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. On play action, here's Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
They find some open field here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And this is why more and more teams are getting their wide receivers involved in the running game. When you've got playmakers on the perimeter, you've got to get creative and find ways to get the ball in their hands. And here, this is a great job to get out of that initial contact and turn it into a big play.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Cedric Wilson from 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 25-yard line. Trubisky's throw taken in by Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Trubisky now to throw on third down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Tua sets up to pass it, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Gaskin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 2nd down, Mostert. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Looking pass, Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. On the handoff, this is Mostert, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. So here's Trubisky and the Steelers. Down by 13, a minute 45 to play. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Mostert. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Down to an goes Tua, and that should just about do it. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Miami, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile,